every time we play them, we have to come up with schemes of how we want to do things and game plans. And if you're not good on the day at pressing, then they're very good at breaking you down. So, often what the games look like are us going after them, us finding ways to pick off a ball. Like the play that even that Sean Johnson saves it on Brad around the 35th minute, right? Like they have to survive some of those moments. And if they're sharp on the day to break some of our pressure down, then they can be dangerous when they get in and around our goal, and they can create chances. The one thing that's a little bit different about this team than years past is even when there are breakdowns in our pressure, our back line is our best we've ever had. So they can defend 1v1. They physically can handle moments. They're really good defenders. So that's what gives this team, I think, a high potential in terms of what we can become. And listen, my message to the team afterwards was great job, but we still have a long way to go to be the team that I think we can be. And there's a lot of improvement out there still. So we'll keep working through things, but the eagerness of us to continue to improve is going to be really important.
I don't want to put the fingers on one player or two players or just the leadership of the team. I think it's the team overall. That's what I said early on. If I could change the 10 players on the field, I was doing it because I wasn't happy with the way of all of them, the way they perform. But I think we have to reflect on our performance because at that level it is unacceptable to go on the field and the opposition team wanted more than us.
It's an opponent that's just not far away.
I mean, I get chances. I try to take every opportunity that I can to talk about our club because it's very special. What's been created here is very special. And I think we're at the forefront of player development in this country. We invest in players. In the USL team now is a very good team. I'm a big fan of what John's doing with that group right now, and that's a whole new crop of players coming through. We signed Ethan Cutler this week, so another guy that we bring up from the second team. I mean, and then a bunch of these guys that were on the roster tonight are excited to go play tomorrow in the Red Bull 2 game. So, I mean, it's what we do here. It's who we are, and it requires everyone to believe in it, and everyone here does. This is our identity. This is what we do. This is what we're about, and we do it well. We do it really well. So, yeah, it's a proud moment for the club when you can see those guys that are growing up before your eyes and taking on bigger and bigger.
I don't want to talk about a single player. I think it was tough for David. He didn't have the support that he normally had. We didn't play as well as we could from the back. I think it was more a collective nightmare than just an individual.
Perfect game for Red Bull today?
No. I mean, I'd like to imagine that we have yet to play the perfect game, but when you look at the last two results, the last two performances, you see that we're starting to push this thing more and more. But with that being said, there has to be a humble confidence about the group because we know that there's still a lot more to go. And it's one thing to play well in a derby because the excitement is there. It's another thing to go week in and week out, no matter who the opponent is, no matter what the matchup is, and bring your best. And when we're able to do that, when we're able to do that, I think we're starting to hit our stride. So next week when we go into Colorado, it's not about LA, it's not about how we did about New York, it's about approaching the game with the right sort of mentality and professionalism so that we respect our opponent, but we continue to grow as a team. And if we're able to get a result next week, then you build off that momentum. And then you can look at certain results in the past and say, okay, that was a catalyst that helped us grow. But to say that we were perfect in this game, absolutely not. There's still a long ways for us to go. New York City is a really good team. And I don't necessarily think that today's result is reflective of who they are as a team. I think the way that we played, the way that we started, allowed us to get in front, and the way that we're able to see out the game allowed us to get the best result possible. But we know that when we see them in New York City at Yankee Stadium, they're going to be seeking blood, right? But with that being said, between now and then, I know that they're going to continue to do well. They're going to continue to show this league that they're a quality and they're one of the best teams. And so for us to say, oh, we've arrived because we beat New York City, it's too short-sighted. This group is a confident group. I get to see them week in and week out. Every day in training, as young guys, you just see their ability to step up to the task and feel fearless is great. But as older guys, me and Brad, we have to continue to remind them that no matter how confident we are, we still have to maintain a certain level of humility so that we know that when we come to work each and every day, we approach it the right way and we get better and we get better. And as we continue to improve, not only as individuals, but as a group, all of a sudden the ceiling is higher. Thank you, man.
Y bueno, 4-0 es el resultado entre el Red Bull y el NYRB. Este clásico que se lo lleva el New York Red Bull, siendo superior en todas las líneas al NYCFC, ya que salieron desde muy temprano a marcar, hicieron 4 goles y simplemente fueron superiores a sus rivales. Informando desde el Red Bull Arena para Verea Visión, Levi Morales con imágenes de Manuel Mendieta.